Hello, everyone. One of the most interesting events that is occurring right now is the World Cup 2022, and the final match will be conducted tomorrow in this Qatar, this country called Qatar, and will be held in the local time of 6 p.m. And one of the most commonly asked questions of people who are interested in the World Cup is who will win the World Cup tomorrow? And from a BaZi point of view and from a Zi Wei point of view, can we actually derive some form of insights into what is going to happen during the match? I will say yes, but it will be a difficult one because in terms of football match, it will involve a lot of people, both the players, both the perhaps the manager of the soccer team would all need to be taken into consideration when we want to determine the result of soccer match for the World Cup final, okay, as in who is going to win the World Cup. It is something that is that will require the analysis of a very large amount of information. Nonetheless, by looking at some of the major players' birth chart, we may actually derive some form of insightful case study into their future and perhaps even their performance tomorrow. Okay, so give me 1 minute as I share my video out, and after that I will do a rather succinct but in-depth analysis of the chart of both of the most famous player in both the Argentina team and of the team of the France, because we can actually provide some form. We can actually from the analysis of their birth chart, we can actually derive some form of insight as to what is the overall development, all right, of the team that and how will be the outcome likely to be, how the outcome will likely to be. Okay, so as I speak and I'm typing on my handphone, I really can't really concentrate, so pardon me if I'm having some hip hop here, but very soon I will get back to our main topic today, which is the analysis of the birth charts of the Argentina team, the very famous player by the name of Lionel Messi, and another player belonging to the team of France, who is of the name of Kylian Mbappé. Okay, Mbappé. And to be very honest, I'm someone who don't follow the World Cup. Okay, I am someone who don't follow the World Cup, so I am actually not familiar with the background of all these players, their life stories. You can check out online and find out about their past and their even their earning and the matches that they have played in the past and what are their success stories. Okay, but for today's sharing, I will focus more on their birth chart in terms of 紫微斗数 and in terms of 八字, as to give you an insightful analysis on why they are successful or even why they failed in some of the matches in the past, and also as to give you an insight as the possible performance that they may have during the World Cup final. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at France first. The country France has won 2 times previously in the World Cup. One is in the year 1998, and one is in the year 2018. And on the last match that they won in the year 2018, on which took place on the 15th of July, it was a day of 武 Qu, Zi Wei Wugen day. Okay, Wugen day. All right. I didn't investigate the time of the match, but it was usually would usually take place in the evening about 6 o'clock. Okay, if I'm not wrong. All right. And one of the very famous players belonging to the team of France is Kylian Mbappé. Okay, Kylian Mbappé. His birthday is on the December 20th in the year 1998 at 1:47 a.m. All right. This date and time of birth is derived from the internet. So hopefully this date and time of birth is correct because it is very important. But I can't find alternative sources. The source that I get from the internet seems to be reliable. So I will take his birth date and time of birth as such. And let's take a look at his birth chart. His birth chart, right? Or let me say this is Mbappe's birth chart. Mbappe's birth chart is of a Sing metal daymaster, sitting on two chou. All right, sitting on two chou, one Zi and one Yin wood. If I am to go by the year, month, day, and time of birth, his birth chart is one of the Wu Yin year. Year, which is a tiger year, okay, and which is of the Jia Zi month of a Xingchou day and in the time of Zichou. In terms of BaZi reading, there are certain interactions between both the heavenly stems and the earthly branches, which will turn certain elemental energy into another form of energy. So it's very much like chemical reaction. In terms of chemistry, when some element is being paired with other elements, it will produce other form of substance. And it's also very much the same as the physics laws, whereby one form of energy can always be converted into another form of energy. And in terms of his birth chart, we can see that Jia, right here, Jia at the heavenly stem of the month pillar is being paired with the time heavenly stems of Zi. As I have introduced you to this concept before, right? There are certain combination formations whereby Jia can be paired with Zi to form a earth combination formation. All right, this is wood, this is earth, and this will become earth, right? When these two elements are paired together, they can become earth. So we can see that within his heavenly stem, there is already an earth combination formation already. Secondly, in terms of the earthly branches, another formation takes place, which is the Zi and Chou. This will likewise form an earth combination formation. Zi is water, Chou is earth. All right, and it will form an earth combination formation, right, Zichou. Therefore, we can see, right, his chart is one that is extremely strong in the earth elemental energy, which further enhance his daymaster of the Sing metal, right here. And given that his chart is extremely strong in metal and earth, right, is an energy flow of earth enhancing metal. Therefore, we can consider him as an unique chart of the 状旺格, okay, 状旺格, which is an unique chart that can only be strong. And people of such form of BaZi formation will usually be extremely successful when there is auspicious destiny trend. Okay, this is called 状旺格, which is a special formation. Okay, I'm referring to the France team, the player by the name of Mbappé. Okay, I hope I have pronounced his name correctly. Okay, so this is Mbappe's birth chart formation, which is a special chart that can only be strong. Right, there's some internet connection problem, but let us look at this chart again. Let us look at his chart again, Mbappe's chart. a France very famous, very talented soccer player who play for the team of France. All right, his chart is of the same metal daymaster sitting on 2 chou. Zi chou combined to form another earth combination formation. There are 2 combination formation of the earth because there is another chou within the hourly pillar. And then Jia is being paired with Zi to form another earth combination formation. And in some way, Yin will also be paired with Chou because within Yin, right, there are Mu Earth. Okay, let me write out for you, right, so that it will be easier to understand. All right, within Yin, okay, or I will just introduce you this concept called 暗合. Okay, because within Yin we have Mu, within Chou we have Kui, and even Zi. There is another Jia, okay, and Xing, and another Bing here. So Bing Xing will her, and Kui Mu will her, and then this Zi will combine with Jia. So this is an 暗合 formation. All right. Hopefully I have explained this clearly. All right. Hopefully I have explained this clearly. So if you don't understand this part, just remember there's a hidden combination. This is called hidden combination. Hidden combo. Okay, a short form hidden combo. All right. This is hidden combo. So the entire chart of Mbappé is a 状望格. I consider him as 状格. And for people who have a special formation chart, they can only follow the strongest energy within his chart. He will need to, you know, have an earth destiny trend or a yearly trend or a metal destiny trend, decade trend, or year trend that is full of earth and metal in order to be successful. And let's take a look at his major destiny trend. Are all of the fire, are all of the wood enhancing fire, which further enhance the earth elemental energy within his chart, thus causing him to be extremely strong. He is actually one of the youngest players who scored in the World Cup in previous World Cups, and one of the highest paid athlete. All right, he was paid 180 US million, 180 million US dollars, being bought over by some soccer organization. Okay, I'm not too familiar with soccer, but you all can check out his background. All right, perhaps I can read some of his background to you later on. Okay, later on, because I want to focus on the BaZi explanation first. Okay, so we can see from very young. Okay, since 2009 already he entered into the Chou, then followed by Bing Yin, which enhances earth elemental energy, followed by after 2024 also is entering into the fire destiny trend, followed by another Wu Chen destiny trend, Zi Shi destiny trend. Therefore, he is going to be very successful in the future. Mbappé, this soccer player called Mbappé, is going to be very, very successful in the future. He will have a very wealthy life, will be very famous, and be super popular also. All right, given that he has such kind of special formation chart of the 状望格. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the past matches that he has went into, which is 2018. Okay, let's take a look at the year 2018, which is exactly of the Wu Shu, which was the last World Cup that that France won, and he actually participated in the year 2018. And we can see it's likewise of the Wu Shu. Wu Shu is exactly heavily stem of Yang Earth sitting on another Yin Earth. So it's a very strong Earth here, which is what a 状望格 of the Xing metal leader. Okay, a special formation chart. Special formation chart that follow the strongest elemental energy within the chart will always need to have the direct resource. Okay, special formation chart of 状望will always need the resource factor, which is the yin. Okay, which is the yin. Okay, yin. Okay, okay. Let me write properly. Okay, my My writing is not too nice. So in his case, his is of a sing metal daymaster。土就是它的印啊，就是它的 resource factor 啊，对不对？所以在戊辰年戊戌年这一年，戊戌的他就已经 World Cup 了。戊戌的时候，他就赢了一次的 World Cup 了，已经赢了一次 World Cup，所以我们能够了解它是需要土跟那个金的能量的。那另外一次一个一个 significant 的一个 match 呢，也是在2020年那时候2021年的时候发生。一个是辛丑年，还有一个 match 啦我忘记那个名字是什么，可是你们可以自己去 double check。他2021年的时候还有另外一个 match 也是一个一种好像是 European Cup， 而是不懂的，你们自己去 check。2021年他还是赢了另外2021年还是赢in the year 2021 he also won another very important match, all right? In the year 2021, which is likewise of the Singso. So I'm quite sure that he's of special formation chart of following the strongest metal and earth energy, all right, in order to be successful. Okay. However, when we look at the Zi Wei Dou Shu chart, tomorrow he is having 太阴化忌 at his self or destiny domain， 就是呢，他的命宫里面有太阴化忌。太阴化忌通常是代表呢，他的状态不会很好。可能他那个 emotional 那个 wellness 呢不会很好，可能是说他的表现不会很好。Okay, there may be such kind of possibility which will affect his performance tomorrow because 太阴 actually refers to the emotional health of a person, or even his performance in terms of his the soccer match. Okay, and when we look at okay, take a look at his friend's domain, okay, his friend's domain is having 紫微化科天赋紫微跟天赋呢都是紫微 star and the 天赋 stars are two of the best stars. They are the emperor stars, but they fall into the domain opposite of the friend's domain, which in some way may signal that possibility that his match or his opponents may actually have a better chance or may have a better performance overall. Okay, this is just a general forecast. Okay, because as I have mentioned before, I can only take one or two players within the team to analyze their performance tomorrow. I'm not able to take every single member's BaZi chart or Zi Wei Dou Shu chart to analyze because there are how many players within the team, I'm not quite sure, including all the backup players. Alright, there will be too many charts to analyze. But looking at the most famous team player within the France team, okay, whom is Mbappé, I'm from his chart can shows that his performance tomorrow may not be that ideal or may not be that satisfactory. Okay, so but that may not necessarily mean that the team will lose. Okay, that may not necessarily means that the team will lose. Okay, I will further explain later on this part. Okay, but take this as a case study because this is a very good case study as to understand how is someone with a unit chart of 转弯格 will be very successful in life. Okay, in fact, looking at his Zi Wei Dou Shu chart, right, he is also someone who is having a very positive chart. Okay, but due to time, okay, due to time constraint, right, I will speak about Argentina first. Okay, Argentina won the World Cup in the year 1978 and other year in the 1986, but both of these years were not participated by Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi is one of the most famous and successful soccer player in the world now. Okay, he is basically a legend to a lot of soccer fans. Okay, during his younger days, he actually suffered from some form of physical condition, which actually caused him to be unable to play soccer. But he injected himself with medicine for 10 years, right, just to make sure that he could become a soccer player eventually. And eventually he entered into the national team and then become one of the most successful players in the Argentina team. Okay, so to cut it short, his birthday is on the 24th of June 1987 at the time of 8:30 p.m. and he actually has helped Argentina to enter semi-final in the year 2014, which is a Jia wood year, which is strong in wood and fire. And other year is the 2018, which is a Wu Shu year, which is strong in the earth and mental energy. All right, but let's take a look at his chart. His birth chart is one of the Jia Wu Daymaster. And let me read from the sequence of year, month, day, and time. He was born in the Ding Mao year, and the month pillar is of the Bing Wu. His day pillar is of the Jia Chen, and his time pillar is of the Jia Xu. In terms of BaZi reading, I have mentioned many times before that there are different types of relationships related to the 10 heavenly stems and 12 earthly branches. And in his chart, there are various things that we can observe. First of all, the hour pillar of Xi is clashing with the day earthly branch of Chen. Okay, these two are actually Shangchong. There's a clash here. And as I have mentioned before, when Earth and Earth are clashing with each other, it's very much like an earthquake. And during an earthquake, everything will be destroyed. But at the end of the earthquake, the only thing that will remain is Earth. So it's very much the same with his chart. Okay, he is like a tree that is on top of these two clashing plates. Okay, platonic plates. Okay, very much like. And he having the Bing in his month pillar, which is very strong fire, and also for with having Ding Mao in his yearly pillar, which is also strong in fire. Therefore, for a wood that is having such kind of chart formation, what would you need? You will need water, okay? Because two things that wood will always need in a chart are water and sunlight, okay? Plants cannot grow without water and sunlight. So he is a chart that is having a lot of fire already. And fire is his 食神伤官, which is the hurting officer and eating god, which points to the fact that he is a very talented person. But due to the physical illnesses that he used to have when he was young, okay, Chen Xu here actually represents his legs. Okay, so he actually have some problem with his legs and his physical health during his younger days, all right? And when we look at his major destiny trend, right, okay, which is his younger days is actually of the Yi Shi, all right? So during the Yi Shi, which is totally lacking water, he actually have some form of physical illness. But when he entered his next destiny trend of the Jia Chen, it is, as we know, right, Chen is a water storage and Jia is a form of wood. Therefore, he will have some form of rescue. As I mentioned before, BaZi will require various remedy, such as rescue, such as balancing the temperature, such as the channeling of the energy. And during this Jia Chen destiny trend, he will actually have this so-called a cure. Because Jia Chen is a wet wood, is a wood sitting on a water storage, and this wet wood will enhance the strength of his Daymaster, causing him to be successful. And after this Jia Chen, he is entering into Kui Mao and other water enhancing wood destiny trend. And once again, after 2023, is another Ren Ying destiny trend, pointing to the fact that during these 30 years of his life, he will be extremely successful, extremely popular, extremely wealthy, which is the case, okay, which is exactly the case. But when we look back at the previous two semifinals that Argentina has entered into, which was in the year 2014. 2014 is of a Jia Wu. Wu actually is of one of the strongest fire elemental energy within the earthly branches, which clashes with water. And Jia is likewise is an energy that will absorb water and cause water to be diminished. Therefore, 2014, although Argentina entered into the semifinal, he was or the Argentina team was not able to achieve the gold trophy. Okay, could not win the final. And likewise, it's the same for the year 2018 of the Wu Shu. Okay, which is very strong in the earth because, as I've mentioned, his chart is already too full of fire and earth already. Okay, with a little bit of water elemental energy within the Chen and some wood. as a form of rescue in the year Earth branch and the hour heavenly stamp. Okay, but today, okay, or this year, let's look at this year 2022. It is of a 壬寅年. 壬寅年 is actually a kind of what kind of year? As I've told many of you before, 壬寅年 is what kind of year? 壬寅年 is a water enhancing wood year. Okay, for my student especially, you have studied BaZi before, will know this extremely well already. Okay, 壬 is a form of water, and 寅 is a form of wood. And given that his daymaster is of Jia, that is weak, what will happen? This Ren will help him will help his daymaster. This Ren and Yin will strengthen the wood elemental energy, causing him to have a better chance of winning or to perform well in the World Cup. Okay, but regardless whether the team France or the team Argentina will win tomorrow, okay, I have to admit that both of them have already done extremely well to come to this stage, to come to the final match. All right, it is not an easy task. So in a way, I will say that both teams are very successful, and both teams are equally strong and equally deserving the chance to win. But there is only one winner. Okay, at the end of the day, there's one winner. So let's take a look at Messi's 紫微斗数 chart for tomorrow. For tomorrow's chart, Messi's chart is actually having 紫微 pairing with 化科. As I mentioned many times before, in terms of 紫微斗数, the 紫微 star is an emperor star, is one of the best stars within the 紫微斗数 system of analysis. And 化科 is actually a representation of recognition or reputation, or even in some way can means a very good name. So what will actually bring about good name, reputation, or recognition? Okay, so I'll let you think about it. Okay, I'll let you think about it. And when we look at also, okay, let's look at his friend's domain. Okay, the friend's domain here. All right, it's exactly the same as Mbappe's chart having 太阴花季, right? 太阴花季 is right here. Okay, 太阴花季 is right here, and the friend's domain in some way actually will represent the opponents within a match. The opponents within a match. Let's look at Mbappe's chart again. He's exactly having 太阴花季 within his destiny court, the South Court. 好，用口语来说呢，就是呢 ，Mbappe's 的 chart 呢，他明天的那个 daily chart 嘛，明天的 daily chart 就是有太阴花季，他在他的命宫里面哦，所以有机会他的 performance 会受到影响 ，Mbappe's 的 performance 会受到影响啊。可是我还要再说的一次，这个是一个整体的一个事件嘛，因为我们踢足球不是一个人踢的嘛，对不对？是整个团队踢的。我今天所分析的是没有分析到其他的那种 team player 的八字，我只是分析Mbappe 还有 Messi 的那个 birth chart 而已。好，那最后发生什么事情呢？我们就只可以拭目以待了。可是从紫微斗数盘来看呢，明天 Mbappe 的 performance 并不是说很好。So let me switch back to English again. All right. As I mentioned earlier on, soccer match involved a lot of people. It's not played by just one person. So by right, we should actually analyze the birth chart of every single player within the team. But it will not be possible for me to do so because I don't have everyone's date and time of birth, and I also don't have the time to go through every single one's date and time of birth. Okay, every single one within the team. Okay, but in terms of like a sample size, like taking a sample from when you study statistics, you will always take a sample size, okay, as a form of generalization, okay, as to what are the characteristics of the statistic studies that you are conducting. Okay, so BaZi is very much like statistics. So I'm just picking one player out of the entire team. Okay, so to cut it short, Mbappe tomorrow is having 太阴化忌 within his birth chart, his 紫微斗数 daily chart. And this is exactly reflected in Messi's French domain, which represents his opponent, also exactly having 太阴化忌. So in a way, you can generate some form of forecast by yourself, okay, looking at this chart. Who may actually have better performance tomorrow, okay? I will let you all decide, okay, who will have a better performance tomorrow. So the match, right, between Argentina and France will be played at the Lucio Stadium, and will kick off on Sunday, December 18 at 9 p.m. Local time in Qatar. And tomorrow's BaZi chart is of the 壬寅year, 壬子month, 乙巳, all right, day, and starting on the 乙酉 time, likely to last till the 丙戌 hour. So this part is kind of a mixture of water elemental energy, wood elemental energy, and even in some way may involve certain fire elemental energy. So I would say, right, both teams are equally having a good chance of winning. But ultimately, right, today's analysis is basically just showing you from a BaZi's point of view and Zi Wei Dou Shu point of view, who will have a better, who may have better performance. All right, to repeat myself once again, right? Given that Zi Wei, the Zi Wei star, which is the best star, is flying into the daily chart of the Argentina's team, the famous player Messi, self or destiny domain. Okay, so overall, okay, I will let you decide. Okay, but I honestly believe, all right, regardless which team is going to win tomorrow, for the future of Messi, Lionel Messi. Okay, this player is called Lionel Messi. He is going to have very successful career for the next 10 years, given that he is entering into the 壬寅, which can be considered one of the best destiny trend for his life. Okay, but I'm not saying that this France player by the name of Mbappe is going to experience setback also. But I will definitely say that given this year is of a 壬寅 year, it is a year that is suppressing the earth elemental energy, which is inauspicious for him. And once again, he is a sigma to daymaster and can only be enhanced further. The water and wood will actually weaken his daymaster strength, causing this year to be not so much of an auspicious year for Mbappe. Okay, so ultimately, right, we can only know the result tomorrow night. Okay, Singapore time about 11 p.m. the match will start. Okay. But from a BaZi perspective and Zi Wei Dou Shu perspective, and for teaching purposes, that is what I'm going to tell you. All right. If you are interested to find out more, you all can plot their birth chart and go to Wikimedia and find out more about their past story. Okay. So just want to keep tonight's session short. And before I end, let's take a look at the comments. Miss Maka, thank you very much for watching. Miss Aries also. Yes, I did something to my as recommended by the hairstylist. Okay, he say my hair is too black. Okay, I should do something to my hair to make it softer. So I actually have some color. All right, very sharp eyes. All of you have very sharp eyes. Sometimes I have cracked leaves. Then you all can observe also. And sometimes I have some kind of what you call that crack. You are very observant, okay? So really fantastic. Okay, so Jesse, actually today I actually took some time to discuss the case with Jesse. All right, I actually took the date and time or the day of founding day of the nation as a form of calculation, but I come to a conclusion that is not a very practical or useful method for calculating the player's performance. Ultimately, I will still need to look at the birth chart of the player. Okay, so let me repeat myself once again. Okay, today's is really just a case study of two famous players within that soccer team, okay, which may not actually influence the overall performance of the entire team, okay. It's basically just a case study of specific players within that soccer team, that's all, okay. And really it's just for teaching purposes, okay. And Mr. Sky Chan, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, and Mr. Cole, thank you very much for watching also. So let's see tomorrow, okay. Let's see tomorrow. And okay, so because tomorrow all of you have to sleep late, okay, so tonight you are better to sleep earlier, okay. So wishing you all a good evening, and have wishing all of you a good Sunday tomorrow also. If you all have any questions that you would like to ask, okay, I will leave the floor open for a minute before I log off. Any questions from any viewers? Any questions from any viewers? All right, if there's no questions from viewers, perhaps I will take this opportunity to also once again share one of the things that one of the missions that I'm conducting now, which is the restoration of the temple roof for this temple by the name of Wat Sala at Ampong Mae Ai in Chiang Mai. Okay, this temple is basically requiring 2,000 pieces of tiles, okay, for the temple restoration work, and it is basically a form of very positive merits, okay, because when you make an effort to protect the Buddha statues, and also the Buddhist artifacts within the temple by restoring the roof, okay, you will be cultivating tremendously positive merits, okay, immeasurable positive merits. All right, this temple is located at Chiang Mai, and it is often experiencing heavy rainfall. Therefore, it will be a very good deed if all of us together can help this temple to restore the roof. This roof will basically require another 2,000 pieces of tiles to be repaired completely. All right, and then as you can see here, some of the tiles, right, is being painted by the monks at the temple, and all these tiles will provide a form of shelter. Okay, as you provide a shelter for your for the Buddhist monks and for the Buddha statues. Okay, hopefully we all will derive a form of happiness and joy uh, in in the way we give sincerely to the temple. And of course, everything follows the rules of cause and effect. If we cultivate good memories, we will also have positive karma in return. So I leave all of you with this talk tonight. And if you like to contribute to this to the helping of this temple, feel free to contact me in private. Okay, it is always my greatest joy to help whatever of whatever life forms or whatever charity charitable opportunities. Okay, in Thailand, because I believe you know 有很多东西都是缘分啊，有缘分啊，让我帮助这些庙了，我是很开心的，也希望你们呢也一样能够享受到这种能够帮助不同佛庙啊，然后甚至好像放生啊，甚至帮助一些一些比较贫穷的家庭呢，在泰国一些贫穷的家庭过上一些比较好的一个生活了，好像能够帮助他们有一些比较好像 daily necessities 的东西啊，所以我在年尾也是会把一些食物啊，还有一些 daily necessities 呢，就是日常用品啊，发给那些在泰国北方的那种贫穷的家庭啊。So at the end of the year, I will continue to update you all on the activities that I'll be conducting in Thailand. So hopefully you all can take part together with me, and we can cultivate positive marriage together. All right, which is one of the greatest joy that I experience as a Buddhist, and also as someone who have the ability and and the months in Thailand. Okay, so thank you all for watching again. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's sharing. So once again, all right, have a good time tomorrow watching the final World Cup. I'm not sure I will be able to watch or not, so but I will continue to follow the news. Okay, so once again, hopefully today's teaching will give you some insight as to how to use BaZi and Zi Wei Dou Shu to analyze someone's birth chart. Okay, thank you all for watching and wishing you all a good night. Bye bye.